Okay, so this is my sketchbook tour of my little sketchbook. I got this sketchbook from a networking event or a workshop hosted by Webtoons. I think I got it in like either 2018 or 2019, the good old years before you know what. And I had the sketchbook for a long time before I started to use it. Life got busy after 2020, and I needed something to keep myself drawing. And even though I'm calling it a sketchbook, in my mind, I kind of referred to it as like a journal because it was supposed to be my way of like expressing myself and then working through some thoughts and processes. So yeah, so here's the tour. Um, First couple of things. A lot of these sketches are just me doodling, trying out different things. So even though I have dates on them, this isn't the date that I actually start and finish it. Like multiple times, like it'll be like basic sketches that I'll sketch in blue pencil and I'll get back to it at some other time. So yeah, so basically this is one of these days where I was just thinking about coffee a lot. And some more basics faces where I was practicing. I finally saw 1917 some time ago and I was impressed, so I sketched something about it. This is another one where I was just practicing inks. I think this is Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. I hope I pronounced that right. I never say her name properly, even though I've watched that movie 1,000 times. Well, not 1,000 times, but a lot of times. Some more sketches, faces. Like I said, like I'll sketch some things and then I'll come back to it later. Some point or another, I'll probably come back to this and sketch it. Some more faces. Some pencil. Well, these aren't pencils; these are inks. I sketched this one just so I could sketch hair. As you can see, this is an example of when did a pencil sketch, and then I went back and I inked it. So there was like quite a lot of time between when I just decided to go back and work on it some more. Fortunately, the paper on this sketchbook is very thin. You can see it's showing through, so it's not something that I can go back and add a lot of color to at any point. This is me sketching out my OC characters for my webcomic Crystal Visions. I love the height difference dynamic in a lot of shows and stuff, and I just love drawing them according to their heights. More sketches. This is a little witch. I think this was like my what date did I finish this? Oh no. Yeah, this was my attempt to draw something for Inktober and I just ditched it and I just decided to go back and ink it one day. So oh my goodness, excuse me. I have getting over a cold and my voice is kind of crackly right now. Uh Gandalf again, like I said, Lord of the Rings, big fan. And again, this is from Rings of Power, the scene at the end of season one, I think, where he looks like he's in a shampoo commercial or something. I don't know. He had like really nice hair, and I attempted to sketch it, but I didn't quite get it. But I forgot what is the name of this guy again, this evil character again. Uh, Gosh, it escapes my brain. I'll remember it at some point. This is another. This one was based on a prompt, but again, like a lot of the sketchbook is just me, just doodling, working out my feelings and stressors. Again, more coffee, but you know, in a different cup. This is again some sketches, practicing drawing a different body type. Yeah, sometimes it's like it's a lot easier because the sketchbook is so small. It's sometimes like really easier to like sketch this way. At some point, I think one of these days I'm going to get like another one of these size sketchbooks, and instead of just filling in the like small little page like this one side, I'll probably like try to train my eyes to look at like the whole width in canvas this way to like draw like a full illustration or a full sketch. Again, this is just me working out through some feelings. That month was pretty rough. And again, practice of expressions. Again, probably still in the same month where I was just, it was interesting. And then I was just feeling a little bit better, but still feeling a little chaotic inside. And this one, this was a quick sketch. No, I don't think there are any feelings here except for the fact that I had fun um, sketching her hair. Fan art for Atomic Robo, which is a web comic that I really like. And this one is for another comic called Paper Girls. Really interesting read as well. Um, there was a brief show for like one season on Amazon, and Amazon just didn't continue it. It had some pretty weird promo stuff happening with it. It just sucked. Um, and this is just another sketch. Some more some more faces, more doodles practices and stuff. Uh, yeah, and just some other character sketches trying to work through some ideas for different potential comic or story projects. I don't know. Sometimes I just need to get the idea out of my brain and onto a piece of paper and just move on with everything. Whether or not I go back to it or whether or not I see it develop into something else, it just all depends on, you know, my mood, I suppose. Yeah. And I think this is supposed to be sketch of an actress. I can't remember. It could be Amy Adams. I don't quite remember. Some more sketches of faces and stuff. And that's it. Like the rest of it is pretty much pencil sketches because it just became easier. More I prefer sketching in blue pencil more so than any other color, to be honest. I tried experimenting with like red as the sketch and then put the inks on top, but I'm not exactly sure my eyes are able to. I don't know. I guess the reason why a lot of people sketch in red is because maybe they got used to it in art school or something, or maybe just a personal preference, or maybe just because it looks better or easier to pick up on camera or something. Because I do notice that this is like it's hard to see on camera versus elsewhere. But yeah, more character sketches of my character, just playing around with trying to be more consistent with her faces in sketch. And it's hard. Like, I didn't realize how challenging it was to keep a face consistent. I think if when I'm drawing it digitally, I'm going to use some animation tricks because, whew, yeah. And I think that's pretty much it. And thank you for watching. Appreciate it.